The Movie Bar Podcast.
Welcome to the Movie Bar Podcast. Enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Movie Bar Podcast. I'm John.
I'm Justin.
I'm Billy.
What are you guys doing this week?
Good. Doing good.
Good.
All right, a little bit of housekeeping. I forgot to mention this last week, but we did put a poll out on X as to which Friday the 13th was better, 1980 or 2009, and 1981 with 67% of the votes.
Because there were only 3 people that voted.
And I'm probably looking at 2 of them.
Nope, I didn't vote.
I don't go on Twitter anymore.
A lawless hellscape.
All right, a couple of big stories.
Yep. Former MoviePass CEO Mitch Loeb pleads guilty to security frauds conspiracy.
Yeah. Fresh
So,
from
yeah.
the stream update. Look at that.
How about that? Very fresh from the stream.
That wasn't a fresh from the stream. That was just a discussion we had after watching it.
Oh.
But
Yeah. He was a dick.
Yeah.
it seems to be doing better now, though. Movie Pass lasted longer, I think, now than it did before.
I never see anyone come in with it. So.
It's because they buy the tickets online, you boob.
Yeah, but isn't it supposed to give you
Yeah.
No, you just go to the kiosk and swipe the card, and it fucking gives you the ticket.
anyway?
Moving on.
Yeah. Next up, Deadpool and Wolverine is streaming on Disney Plus as of October 1st. October 22nd. Looks like it comes out on DVD and Blu-ray.
In 4K. And
Important.
apparently they're going to have 2 steel books, one with each guy on it.
Okay.
And lastly, right after its premiere at the Fantastic Fest in Austin the other day, Damien Leone announced he intends to keep the blood coming as the filmmaker has confirmed the 4th entry into the franchise of Terrifier. And apparently this one has gotten a lot of great reviews for blood and guts and gore, and
Mm-hmm. That's what I've been reading.
so
Can't wait.
just a few short weeks and it'll be out.
Yep. Can't wait.
All right.
Coming attractions.
Gotta work on your timing, John.
October 4th, we have Spin the Bottle coming. This, I don't know, they just were like, what haven't we made a movie about? Oh no, Spin the Bottle. All right, give me something in 15 minutes. Go.
Yeah, it doesn't look.
That was my take of the trailer. Anybody else?
Yeah, doesn't look very interesting.
Looks like it might have some okay graphics, and effects there for transitions and stuff. But other than that,
Could be funny.
Maybe.
we'll see.
Have to see more. All right, next up we have Dog Man coming out January 31st. This is another one of those, from like the creator of Captain Underpants that all the kids like. Looks like it'll be a fun, good kids movie. I'm sure I'll probably end up going to see it. My son. So.
Yeah, it looks funny. I
Mhm.
know. Let's sew the dog's head on the human's body.
Yeah. I just hope we get another Weird Al song out of it. He did
Better?
the Captain Underpants.
Mm,
Justin, is that better?
Yeah, now I can hear you more.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have Dressing Up Halloween, the story of Ben Cooper, Inc. Billy, did you ever wear a Ben Cooper costume?
Boy, did I ever. Those were my Halloween costumes for like the 80s. You're always sweating because like there was like no air coming through the mask because it was just like this little slit in the mouth. And by the time you got like a quarter of the way done trick or treating, your plastic costume, which is like it was just like this
It's just a
plastic.
pullover shirt.
No, it wasn't even a shirt. It was like plastic and it had leggings.
Plastic bag.
Yeah, it was basically a plastic bag with legs, and you tied it on your back, and the crotch would like rip, just like a quarter of the way through walking from just moving your legs, and it
And
would
if
be
it's
like
warm, I
trash
can
by the end.
imagine you sweat balls.
Oh yeah.
It just stuck to you if you didn't have.
Oh my god, it was. Yeah, that
So
were
these have been making a comeback lately.
really.
Spirit Halloween's been selling them. NECA just did a whole line of figures on these costumes.
No, like those were those masks were just. I mean, they were good because they were cheap and you could find just about any character you wanted. But boy, oh, they were a torture to wear.
I'm intrigued by
you-
this. This will be
Yeah.
on VOD September 24th.
Mhm. Yep.
Right. Well, October 17th is going to bring us Brothers. Boy, howdy. This one
This looks
looks
funny.
like it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brolin,
Roland and Dinklage.
Dinklage. Looks like it's going to be good.
I'm looking forward to this. This one will be worth a watch.
That's on Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah, it is.
Indeed.
Yes.
Justin doesn't have to go to the movies. Good.
Never gonna.
All
My
right.
movie theater is closed, so
Oh, sorry to hear that.
probably going to be apartments soon.
All right. Well, last and not least, I guess, A Sudden Case of Christmas, November 8th. I absolutely hate these sappy Christmas movies. I don't care if it's got Danny DeVito in it or not. I'm not watching it.
Those parents are getting divorced, and
Christmas
will save it. Christmas will save my family.
I'm willing to bet it does.
Gee,
Is
you
that Danny
think?
DeVito's kid? Because there was another DeVito name in there.
Yeah, I think so. I think it might be his granddaughter.
So, there you go, John.
All I know is we went to fucking Walmart last week, and they're already putting out Christmas shit.
Oh yeah.
You see, they have now like Pepsi can Christmas ornaments and like actual like bottles of ranch dressing ornaments and shit.
Yeah, they've had that.
It's fucking dumb.
It is.
Why? Because they don't have onion flavored fucking Lays.
Fucking weirdo.
Well, back in the day when you drank fucking how many gallons of Pepsi a week, I'm sure you would have had that on your fucking tree.
Yeah, somebody would have bought it for me.
Yeah, we bought my father the Bud Light can. But
so long as
all
he
right.
doesn't try to rip it off the tree and drink it, we're good.
Make no promises. All right, what did we watch this week, Justin?
Ooh, start with me. Well, I actually watched more than just the Shawshank Redemption, so go me. I watched Despicable Me 4, which
What'd you think?
I mean, it's not as funny as the other three. They had some good ones in there, kind of sprinkled in, but it just kind of felt like, hey, we're done. We're done giving a shit about this stuff anymore. So, you know.
Don't they have another Minions movie coming out?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
But the stories have gotten kind of crappy. So. And I also saw, and this was a good movie, was The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yes, I love that one.
That is a good
It was
movie.
so
I
good.
missed the first 20 minutes or so, but
That guy, the big guy, he
the guy
is
from Reacher,
awesome in that movie.
yeah,
Guy from Reacher, yeah,
that was a good
I
one.
like him.
It was
John,
very
you should
good.
watch that. John, you should watch that. I
That
think
is
it's been
worth
on
a
sale
watch,
for
yeah.
like $8 on.
It's
Voodoo.
What was it?
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. It's a Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah,
Henry Cavill. It's about the guy that James Bond was supposedly about.
yeah, it was
But
really
it
good. I saw it in the
it
theater.
just goes from start to finish. It's a
It's
good
funny.
movie.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really funny.
I'll add it to my list of shit to watch.
Right, that's it.
That's it for you.
All right, Billy, what did you watch this week?
It was a very lean week for me. I watched. Where is it? There. I watched Retribution. Liam Neeson and Matthew Modine.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. It was someone planted a bomb in his car, and he's driving around, and people think he's the bomber. So he's got to figure out who.
Typical Liam Neeson movie.
Yeah, exactly. It was okay. There's a huge plot hole in it. I won't discuss that. I just can't get over. But yeah, it was okay. And the Shawshank Redemption, and that's it. I have much.
It's a light week for you.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of time.
Well, I had no motivation to watch movies this week, but I did watch Fog City, Kill Her Goats, Shawshank Redemption, Subservience, that new Megan Fox movie, like the Megan movie.
Mm-hmm.
Megan was much better. And I got a jump start on next week and watch The Town That Dreaded Sundown, the remake.
Yes, how I'm like, I actually watched more than one, and Billy's like, I had a light week. John's like, I had a light week. But Billy's light week was 2 movies. John's light week was still fucking 10.
It was only 5. I did start the Afraid, the AI movie with John Chow.
I heard that was horrible.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
But hopefully this week is better.
I have been hearing that the Speak No Evil was actually pretty good.
Still have no interest in seeing it.
I know I don't, because I watched the original, and the ending just pisses me off. I mean, it was a great movie, but the ending just pisses me off.
I won't watch the original. Isn't it in French?
No, like Dutch
Like that's any better.
and English. Goes between like 3 different languages.
All right. Well, now it is time for the
Timing,
feature
John.
presentation. What?
Timing.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard all the evidence. I submit that this was not a hot-blooded crime of passion. Consider this. A revolver holds 6 bullets, not 8. That means that he fired the gun empty and then stopped to reload.
By the power vested in me by the state of Maine, I hereby order you to serve 2 life sentences back to back. 1 for each of your victims. So be it.
Send you here for life? That's exactly what they take.
I believe in 2 things. Discipline.
Help me, Dad!
And the Bible. Here you receive both.
Andy came to Shawshank Prison in 1947. Why'd you do it?
I didn't, since you ask.
You can fit right in. I must admit, I didn't think much of Andy first time I laid eyes on him. He had a quiet way about him. A walk and a talk that just wasn't normal around here.
There are places in the world that aren't made out of stone. There's something inside they can't touch.
What are you talking about?
Hope.
We'll take tell you something, my friend. Hope is a dangerous thing.
Damn it, Dufresne, you're putting me behind.
Hope can drive a man insane.
You better be sick or dead in there, I kid you not.
Better get used to that idea.
Oh, my holy God.
I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living, or get busy dying.
Get busy living, or get busy dying. That's damn right.
Come on, work on your time.
Yeah,
Get
this is
the
imposed.
button moving.
Fuck you.
Learn the timing. Leaving too much dead space.
Listen, I fucking edit it. I'll leave as much dead time as I fucking want.
He's gonna cut syllables out of your talking there, Billy. You better be careful.
Wait till I get the fucking beep button working.
Ooh.
Well, this week
Good
we are
fucking luck.
discussing the 20th anniversary of the Shawshank Redemption. What was that baseball?
1994. 2004 is 10 years. 2004 is 14 is 20 years.
Okay, 30 anniversary.
Thank you.
That was hard. Andy Dufresne is sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms in prison for the
When
murder
did you watch this movie?
this morning. Half asleep.
And that's how you pronounce his goddamn name that they say 50 million times in this goddamn movie.
It's Andy Dufresne.
Dufresne.
What did I say?
Dufresnes or Dufresnes or something.
That's how
Fresnay.
Google said to pronounce it.
That's how what said to pronounce it?
Google.
Oh,
Well, he is sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms in prison for the murders of his wife and her lover, and is sentenced to a tough prison. However, only Andy knows he didn't commit the crimes. While there, he forms a friendship with Red, experiences
got that one right.
fuck you. Experiences brutality of prison life, adapts and helps the warden, etc., all in 19 years.
Yes, this movie was rated R with a runtime of 2 hours and 22 minutes. It was directed by Frank Darabont, based off of a book by Stephen King. Well, it wasn't a book. It was a story by Stephen King, Rita Hayworth, and the Shawshank Redemption. It was originally released on October 14th, 1994. It had a budget of $25 million, and originally for box office, it was a big disappointment, but it got like critical ratings. It only made $29.3 million when it was originally released, but that increased to $73.3 million on a re-release they did, probably for award season because it was up for Best Picture and all that. And word of mouth kind of got around. That was the redemption.
Okay, you still got one more thing there, killer.
Yes, I know. It's currently only for purchase on all streaming sites. It's not on any of the major subscriptions.
So, our cast of characters. Tim Robbins as Andy Dufresne. Morgan Freeman as Ellis Boyd Redding. Bob Gunton as Warden Norton. William Sadler as Haywood. Clancy Brown as Captain Hadley. Gil Bellows as Tommy. Mark Ralston as Boggs Diamond. James Whitmore as Brooks Hatlin. Jeffrey DeMunn as the 1946 DA. Larry Brandenburg as Skeet. Neil Giuntolo as Jigga. Brian Libby as Floyd. David Provel as Snooze. Joseph Ragno as Ernie. Jude Cicalella as Guard Mert. Paul McCrane as Guard Trout. Renee Blaine as Andy Dufresne's wife. Scott Mann as Glenn Quinton. John Horton as 1946 Judge. And Frank Medrano as Fat Ass.
Fresh fish.
Billy, do you take offense to that?
Nope. Do you?
Nope.
Either.
All right, so let's just discuss the premise of this movie. We're basically following Andy through his time at the Shawshank Redemption jail.
What?
Shawshank Penitentiary is not Shawshank Redemption Jail.
I'm tired. I'm sorry. And we kind of see how prison life was back in the 1950s.
Can you imagine if it had been Shawshank Redemption? You walking through the goddamn hallways, you got that music playing all the goddamn
Well,
time.
The warden does is a Bible man.
Yeah, he is a Bible man.
Family.
And it bites him in the ass, and I love it.
Oh,
That's one of my favorite parts about Stephen King is he often makes the Bible man the bad guy.
Yeah, like Billy and Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
That's Isaac.
I know.
But Malachi was his henchman.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he wasn't the Bible guy. Isaac was the Bible guy.
Fuck that.
Malachi was just the follower. Muscle.
Follower of the Bible man. Yes.
No, he was there.
Yeah. He wasn't the Bible man.
All right. So back to the Shawshank Redemption. So we kind of see how prison life is at the Shawshank Penitentiary in Maine.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of funny how they start off betting cigarettes about who's going to cry first.
Yeah. Walking in off the bus.
The hardest part of about to rectifying all this after watching Fat Ass get his ass beat up is that's Mr. Krabs.
I know. That's
the hardest thing to rectify of all this.
AJ. And he's like, wow, Mr. Krabs killed some guy.
Wait a minute, who's Mr. Krabs? Andy?
No.
Badass?
No, the
jail
head
guard,
of the guard.
guard.
Oh.
Yeah. Hadley.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of see like the little odd shit he does around the jail. Keeps getting put in the solitary. Sounds pretty good to me.
No, solitary is not a fun thing.
I live in solitary confinement every other weekend.
Yeah.
It's starting to grow on me.
You got TV and stuff to keep you occupied. Solitary confinement, you got nothing. Just you and your thoughts.
Oh.
So it'd be very lonely for you, John.
I wouldn't need the rope to escape through a hole. I'd be using the rope to hang myself. Can you think of any other movies around this time that compared to this?
Well, it came out in '94. I mean, are you talking about comparatively, like, in terms of how well liked or story wise?
Like story wise.
Oh.
The Green Mile that came out a little while later.
Yeah, that's another Stephen King.
Kind of written by the same guy.
Yeah, different. I mean, earlier you got like movies like Escape from Alcatraz, The Great Escape's kind of like a prison, but it's more like a prisoner of war escape. Yeah, I mean,
What do you guys feel is the overall message of this movie?
Don't give up hope.
Right. Keep hope alive, man.
That's right. Get busy living or get busy dying.
Can't just disappear like a fart in the wind.
That's right.
He says that.
Yeah, he was. The the guy who played the warden there, what was his name?
Gunton?
Yeah, Bob Gunton. He was really good. He excels with those roles.
Yes, he does. He's just got that voice and the way he talks. It's just so.
A little bit of a sudden draw.
Yeah, he's got that just like that holier than thou. And
Yeah. He's always talking at you from up here.
Oh yeah. And he's such a slime bag, like especially what he did with Tommy. That
That was dirty.
That was so dirty.
And I like how he says
your money there.
Mhm.
But is the location a good setting for the story they're trying to tell?
Oh yeah.
I mean, the state doesn't really matter that much.
No.
You know, prison's
That
prison.
could have been any prison in America back then.
That could have been a Texas prison.
Yeah.
That could have been a Florida prison. Louisiana, Alabama. Could have been any of them.
So happened to be in Maine because it's where Stephen King is from.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw a thing on TikTok that there's actually a dairy, Maine that you can go visit.
Yeah.
And they have like the cemetery from Pet Cemetery and a bunch of little nods to Pennywise. But is the setting realistic or stylized?
Oh, it's very realistic.
I would say it's realistic. It's bound to be slightly stylized a little bit. For example, Red. Red was not a black man in the book. Red is an Irishman.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. Let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not really. It's more implied in the book than anything because they don't talk about that. But that's
Morgan
why when
Freeman. I mean, even Morgan Freeman jokes about it.
Yeah.
Why do they call you
he
Red?
says
Maybe
it the
because
way
I'm
he does.
Irish. Oh, his last name's Redding. So I mean,
Yeah.
So a little bit of trivia about the movie. Andy and Red's opening chat in the prison yard in which Red is throwing the baseball took 9 hours to shoot. Morgan Freeman threw the baseball for the entire 9 hours without a word of complaint. He showed up for work the next day with his left arm in a sling.
Yep. I've done the same thing.
And this is
Probably
his
after
favorite
an
film
hour.
of his own. It's Morgan Freeman's favorite film of his own.
yeah, that's good. Great.
But back to the Irish, Red originally being Irish. Clint Eastwood, Harrison Ford, Paul Newman, Gene Hackman, Robert Redford, and Robert Duvall were considered for the part of Red. In the original novel, Red is a middle-aged white Irishman with graying red hair. However, Frank Darabont always had Morgan Freeman in mind for the role because of his authoritative presence, demeanor, and deep voice. Red's reply, maybe it's because I'm Irish, to Andy's inquiry about his nickname was kept in the film as a joke.
Yeah. I don't see how any of those could have topped Morgan Freeman.
What, Clint Eastwood?
Nope.
Maybe it's because I'm Irish.
He doesn't fit the role, though.
No, he's too crotchety.
Well, how old was he in 94?
Not even that. He's too rough.
Yeah.
He's not
Very rough.
He's not exactly the kind of guy he's not a go get your things guy. He's a get things done guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's talk about Red getting stuff.
Little
There's
rock
always
hammer.
somebody.
Rita Hayworth. You can get anything.
Rockhammer. You'll understand why when you see it.
Yep.
Cigarettes.
Well, everything's cigarettes in prison. That's still true today.
Yeah.
Does this movie deliver on the drama?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You feel for Andy when he's got them guys trying to take his bum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I still get a little choked up over Brooks. And he's out on his own.
You work in a fucking library, right? Is that the guy that killed himself in the library?
Not in the library. He was released. He hung himself in the halfway house.
Oh, if you lived in a halfway house, you'd probably hang yourself too.
Just he was old, institutionalized.
Yep.
Everything was different when he came out. When he went in, he had seen a car. Now they were everywhere.
Yep.
The
What did
movies
you like?
have voices. They're called talkies now.
What did you like best about the movie, and why?
I like just everything. This movie was great from start to finish.
It's a
It's
solid
wonderful
story,
told story,
and
it's
everyone gets what's coming to him.
yeah.
Andy
Wrapped
gets
it up.
Yeah.
It's so
Man.
nice. So nice.
Yeah. Like
it's an underdog story. It's a it's a little everything. Vengeance. Lots of vengeance.
Yeah.
Payback's a bitch.
Oh
Clancy's vengeance on
Boggs.
Boggs there is wonderful.
But Andy helped him with his little problem there with his inheritance.
Mm-hmm.
Took care of the Boggs problem. But then,
Well, at that time, he was already in with the warden too, wasn't he? So it was probably also the warden sending that down.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
got what he deserved.
What did you like least about the film?
That's a tough one. Hey, I'd say maybe how Tommy got done dirty. Just.
Well, I think that just shows the type of person the warden really was.
I know, but that's
Favorite scene? I liked when they're trying to find him, and the warden's like, "He was here at lights out."
Yep.
And he throws the rock through the poster and finds the hole.
It just disappeared like a fart in the wind.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great scene. I still like the fresh fish scene when they're trying to break everybody and poor fat ass.
Yeah.
Just oh man, just brutal.
I think one of the really good scenes was when they're on the roof doing the work.
Yeah.
And he's listening to him talk about his money problem, and he just walks up, and he's just like, "Oh shit, they gonna throw him off the roof."
Yep.
And
You even see the two guys at the bottom run over, like they're gonna catch him.
Mm-hmm. That was a good scene.
It's just
and then when he's in the office with the fucking radio playing, sitting there with that shooting grin on his face.
Or who can forget the great scene when the warden's world's falling around and the DA's there to serve him, to arrest him. And he's sitting there with the gun and he just, oh, that's so satisfying.
That was a good one, yeah.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer character.
But I heard Hadley cried and sobbed like a little baby when they drug him away.
Yep.
Does the world of the
he
film
straight up murdered somebody, so he definitely deserved it.
Does the world of the film work like the real world? If not, what makes it different?
I mean, back then it did.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of corrupt prisons back then. I'm sure there's corrupt prisons now.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. It's all run by corruption.
I mean, how can you pin a murder on somebody with no gun?
Well, they had enough circumstantial evidence.
I mean, this was, back then they didn't have all the.
Yeah, they didn't have DNA or checking for. Right.
It's all based on who could tell the better story. That's all it was. The more believable story. You just had to be as charismatic as possible to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
Fuck the law. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove in court.
All right, so let's talk about casting. I think the casting was pretty good.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Tim Robbins is great as Andy. You got Morgan Freeman. Like I said, awesome. I mean, Bob Gunn and Clancy Brown as the two main villains.
Even the guy, William Sadler there, played Haywood.
Death.
Death
He was
from
Death and Bill
Bill and
Ted
Ted.
Bogus.
He plays, that kind of not all their sidekick really well.
Oh, when Brooks
Like,
had him by the
he
throat.
knows enough, but he's not quite right there,
Yeah.
He does so well.
Oh yeah, he's sitting there singing the Hank Williams. Everyone's like looking around like, oh god.
What's this? I got one of them rocks. That's not rock.
Yeah.
What is it? Horseshit.
Yeah.
Petrified horseshit.
Oh. Snaps. Oh. He's one of those great, character actors you see. He's awesome. Yeah.
Who's your favorite character in the movie and why?
I'm gonna go with Captain Hadley.
Why?
He's just played so well. He's such. I just like him as a character. He's just such a despicable villain, and he abuses his authority. Beating the people, beating the prisoners without, thinking, I'm going to toss Andy off the roof just for, coming up and butting into his business. Like, Jesus. Just such a despicable character. It's great. And Clancy Brown plays him awesome. I mean, he's always good at, he can play I was talking with someone today who were talking about Clancy Brown. He can play just like the most despicable bad guys, but he can also play like the best good guys too. He's got a lot of range. I mean, and he's Mr. Krabs.
You're not gonna do
Money.
What I was waiting for. Who's your least favorite character in the film?
Well, the character I love to hate would have to be the warden.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
Is that just because he's a Bible thumper?
No.
No, it's because of the Bible thumping and just the dirty shit he does.
No, I got one that's even worse. I'm sorry, but Boggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, just despicable and pervert.
I mean, just the way the warden carries out all his shit and all willy-nilly throws old Andy in the hole for 3 months and then welcomes him back. Place just wasn't the same without you here. You're a fucking cocksucker.
He was a hell of a shoe shiner too, Andy.
Yeah. I love that. He opens up the box, finds Andy's shoes, goes to the book, and opens it up. It's a Bible. You're right. Salvation does lie within.
Yeah.
There's that
rock.
Yep, I'm done. So good. Although you do kind of feel that, maybe he shouldn't have been able to take the easy way out.
Yeah, he kind of would have liked to seen him get it.
He deserved death, but he didn't deserve that quick and painless of a death. He deserved to get caught and actually
put in with all the other prisoners that sucked caution.
Yeah, they should have been like, throw him in prison and be like, hey, he was a warden.
Oh, I'm sure they all did.
So
he probably would have been sentenced to that prison, so
he'd be getting that Bible thumped nightly.
Mm-hmm.
So the history of the genre, how does the director handle its tropes? Obviously, the dramatic.
I think he did great. I think the way he used, that, like I said, with that scene where they had him up on the roof and he's, that is he gonna fucking toss him off the goddamn roof? We've seen him do worse already.
Yeah.
And the way he manages to talk his way out, but you don't really know.
Yeah.
I mean, they did really good with this one.
Yeah, and I mean the way
building the tension and
the way they build it up. I mean, throughout the whole movie. I mean, if you've never read the story or you've never seen the movie before, you have no idea how Andy plans to escape. And it's just a 20-year buildup.
Yeah. I mean, and the story's told from Red's perspective. Yeah, he's talking about Andy the whole time. But he could die
one day
at any
he's gone.
time. You don't know.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's going to happen from him.
So, looking at the trivia, to prepare for his role as Andy, Tim Robbins actually spent time in solitary confinement. He asked to be locked in solitary for a while to get a feel for it, although he knew his experience wouldn't be the same because it was voluntary.
Yeah, it's voluntary, and when you get out,
yeah.
Burgers and fries, baby.
And lastly, Stephen King never cashed his $5,000 check for the rights to the film. Several years after the movie came out, King got a check framed and mailed back to Frank Darabont with a note inscribed, "In case you ever need bail money, love, Steve."
Jeff King's good like that. I mean, he has a whole lot of stories out there that he just gives the rights to for free to college students to have movies to make and to help start, kids' love for film. So he's very good about stuff like that. Especially if you make something so goddamn good.
Okay. How does the film end? Is everything resolved?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Andy and Red.
Yeah, they all got their freedom. Warden's dead. Hadley's off to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the $370,000 that Andy stole from the $307,000 that Andy stole from the warden in 1966 may not seem like a huge amount of money, but for an almost 20-year incarceration,
that's
like
so
millions
much money
now.
It is, but adjusted for inflation to 2020, Andy stole the equivalent of $2,927,899.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and he's living in Mexico, so that goes even farther.
And think about the fact that he stole that from the warden who was stealing it from the prison.
Yeah. And Red says Andy broke out in 1966. That was the same year as the landmark Miranda versus Arizona case before the U.S. Supreme Court, where it is decided that a defendant must be informed of his or her rights when being arrested. That's why at the end of the film, when they arrest Captain Hadley, the officer is reading his Miranda from a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, Andy tells Red, if you're ever in Texas or whatever, go look under.
No, it was in Buxton.
Yeah.
Buxton's where he hid the money and the directions.
Yeah. Then he breaks his parole by getting on a bus.
Mm-hmm.
I like how even Red's kind of playing it that he can't handle life on the outside.
Well, I mean, you spend 50 years being told when to eat, when to sleep, when to pee, when to poop, when to shower, when to do this, when to do that. You get used to it, and it becomes an easy goddamn life if you get into the routine and you don't shake cages and cause problems. And you get a hell of a lot used to that, and then you're out. And I mean, Red was a kid when he went in, so he hadn't already rented a apartment or anything like that yet. He didn't know how to go out and do all that shit. So that's change.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the same coming out of the military. You're used to this, that, do this, do that, and then now you've got fuck all the time to do whatever the fuck you want.
It was so much easier in the military.
I mean, that's the way they
Where
look at it with the
this,
prison. It's easier to just be there and know you're set.
Did you learn anything from this movie?
Yes, that it sounds like prison life as long as you keep to yourself and you don't rattle any cages. Sounds like a pretty goddamn good deal. Get medical care. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't eat anything there, but you know.
Yeah.
Has this movie aged well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would it get made today?
Yes.
Perfectly fine.
Yes, it would get made today.
How about the
No.
length? 2 hours and 22 minutes.
That was fine. It
It's
went by
long.
really quick. It is a long movie, but
It's one of those things that's, you know, when you're going from book to screen, you can there's things you got to leave in there, and there's not too much that you can really cut out. It's all so pivotal, and it's done so well that everything lends to the rest of it. So
Yeah. I found it a little slow at the beginning, but then as I got into it, it flew by. But how about sequel potential? No need for a sequel.
absolutely not. Don't even think about it. It's perfect. Leave it. I mean,
Would you recommend this movie?
absolutely.
This is on very many people's top 10 lists.
Exactly. I mean, and this movie lost out to Forrest Gump for Best Picture. I think it holds up better than Forrest Gump. If I was redoing the Oscars for that year, this would be the Best Picture over Forrest Gump.
Why you don't like mentally challenged people, Billy?
I do. I just think that this one holds up better. I just think the story and really Forrest Gump won for the special effects, the editing was the way they did it was kind of new back then, and nowadays it just doesn't hold up. Whereas everything in Shawshank holds up.
Practical.
Exactly.
So this was actually filmed at a prison in Ohio.
You mean they weren't in Maine?
The Ohio State
I take it all back.
Reformatory now
You're
serves as a
liars!
museum.
Big fat phony.
And there's several set pieces still remain intact in the prison, including the tunnel Andy crawled through in the warden's office.
Can you actually crawl through the pipe?
No. Probably not. I don't think you'd fit through the hole, Billy. It would take you 600 years to make a hole big enough for you to fit through.
Yeah.
They'd have to repressurize this shit out there.
All right, Justin, throw some ratings at us.
Well, I've got to go 5 for this one.
The 5.
Billy?
5.
John?
4.5.
Always got to be 1. IMDb says 9.3 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes 89%. Letterboxd 4.6 out of 5. They're wrong. It's 5. Next week we will be starting our October horror head-to-heads with The Town That Dreaded Sundown, 1976 and 2014.
So we get a lot of stuff coming in the coming weeks.
Yes.
We'll see if Justin has time to watch all these movies.
Well, no. I mean, we have the head-to-heads with The Town That Dreaded Sundown, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Hellraiser. Our bonus episode next month will be Halloween from 1978 and 2007.
Yeah, we also got Nightmare on Elm Street 84 and 2010.
Yep. And boy, do we have a funny...
The movie that ruined Kyle.
Yes, we do have a funny story about when we took Kyle to go see that movie. And then we'll have Fresh from the Haunts bonus episodes reviewing haunted houses starting October 5th, where I'm planning on going to Fright Kingdom.
And I will have my reactions, my quick reactions to Terrifier 3.
As will I.
Yeah, so be on the lookout.
And I'm sure there's other movies coming out that we will see next month.
In theaters, yes.
I am going to try 31 Days of Horror. I have my list already made. I might have to make a few adjustments because I've watched a few of the movies already. And also, I will be attempting the all-night horror at the Menden Twin Drive-In on October 19th. Horror movies all night long. Get my name on that fucking trophy finally.
He'll be asleep in his car by 11 o'clock.
Nope.
Joe
Not
Bob
gonna
going to be there?
Who?
Joe Bob.
No.
Oh.
But you can follow our TikTok and Instagram and X, as I will be doing live tweeting and videos throughout the night. So you can see my
This is
descent.
me after one drink at the drive-in.
You'll see my decline.
We'll get videos like John.
Here it is, hour 6. Fuck this. What the fuck was I thinking? And then you get the video from the hospital after crashing on the way home. No, I got a plan. One thing I'm good at is staying up all night. So October will be a fun month for us.
On the way home.
Yeah. Hence the video from the emergency room afterwards. All right, that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for joining us today.
Before we go, find us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, and most places you listen to your podcasts.
And don't forget to follow us on social media to stay updated on future episodes and join the conversation. You can find us on X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at movie_bar_pod and at the Movie Bar Podcast on Facebook.
And also through each head-to-head, we'll have a poll up on X and maybe Facebook. You can vote along as to which one you think is better.
See if we can top the 3 votes for this past one.
You. Until next time, keep the popcorn popping and the rails rolling, and we will catch you next week on the Movie Bar Podcast.
Fuck you both. Happy birthday, me.
Fresh fish.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we forgot something.
Oh, yeah, it's your birthday coming up, huh?
The day this releases.
Well, happy birthday, Justin.
Happy birthday, a pain in the ass.
Put that in the notes for next week, Billy.
What?
A belated birthday.
Belated birthday? Well, it's still recording, so it got it.
It's all right here.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
We sing him happy birthday in our robot voices.
Oh, yeah.
I'll hang it up. I don't care.
Ready? Happy birthday to you.
That's so terrible because you don't sound like a robot. You
Happy
sound like a goddamn midget.
Happy birthday,
I can't even
dear
hear Billy.
Justin.
Oh, he's got the deep one.
Happy birthday
Hi,
to
AJ.
you. Okay,
Is that
have a
what
good
Billy would
night.
sound like with balls?
All right. Have a good night.
Notice how he turned his out.
Can't get
Wanted
it
to know
back
what
to
he would
normal.
sound like with balls.
Fuck you. All right. Talk to you next
Talk
week.
about.
All right. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.